Hello and welcome to Radically Aligned. Oh, I'm so excited to have you on this journey with me. My name's Vicky Chisholm. I'm going to be your host. We're going to be exploring all things alignment in business and in your soul. We're going to be bringing together some amazing episodes to help you cultivate the alignment that works for you so you can have soul-aligned business success. But more importantly, we're also going to be bringing in guests for interviews so you can learn not just from me, but from experts all over the world. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Radically Aligned Business. Today we're going to talk about all things radical responsibility. I know, you don't need to go running and hiding. I've got you for this one, I promise. Now, I want you to just take a moment to think about radical responsibility. What does that even mean? Where on earth would you start in embodying radical responsibility? Well, we have to start with the self. When was the last time you honestly took the opportunity to reflect on things that have not gone so well, things that have gone really well, and things that are just a little bit mediocre? Every single time you go to do something new, you have to decide that that something new is going to work. Making that decision is where radical responsibility begins. So the second you decided to start up in business is the second that you made the choice that you are going to succeed. Because at no point did you set up in business thinking you were going to fail. You didn't get all excited with these big audacious dreams, these plans, these movements, all these ways in which you could create and lead with impact. At no point when you first began your business did you focus that on not taking responsibility. You decided that you were going to go into business because you wanted more, because you wanted to expand, you wanted to grow, you wanted to succeed. But we can't do that when things start getting tough, because the human brain kicks in and says, no, this is never going to work. This is never going to be. This is never going to support me. And all the negative mind chatter kicks in. So, where do we go from here? Good question. So let's open up this space right now to thinking more about radical responsibility. Okay? Whether it's your life or your business, you need to lean in to radical responsibility, because it's the only way to guarantee that you'll change and get the results that you want. So if sales are not coming in the business, who are you going to blame? The dog? The staff team? The marketing? The messaging? The energetics? The past lives? The karmic curses? You can blame anything you want. And you can make a whole list of reasons and excuses. But the second you decide to take radical responsibility is the second you change the game. Being in business is hard at the best of times. So I want you to get really honest with yourself. In this moment in time, where am I not leading with radical responsibility in my business? By choosing to open that question, by choosing to lean in, you are choosing to change the outcome. Are you with me? If you're anything like me and you are spiritually awake, lean into your gifts, and you trust in the journey ahead of you, you can literally lean into your intuition and you can ask that question again and say, higher self, spirit, please show me where I am not currently taking radical responsibility for my life, my business, and my dreams. And allow that vision to unfold, however you connect with that higher power. However, we can't just receive information and do nothing with it. Okay, it doesn't work like that. You have to make choices and decisions that you are going to scale, you are going to thrive, and you are going to succeed. Because the first step of radical responsibility is all about awareness. And that awareness is what is going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. So the deeper you go with this, the more awareness and knowledge and power you will have to cultivate the change you're looking for. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to lean in to your heart space, and we're going to ask more questions to help you discover radical responsibility so you can expand and grow. And it starts really with the basics, okay? So one of the things that I teach my clients is my adapt breakthrough strategy, which I formed many years ago when I was struggling with the energy of resistance. And I couldn't quite understand why I was struggling with it, because I was someone who takes responsibility. I am someone who likes to thrive and grow and move and believe and see that there is so much more to this life than maybe I've settled for in the past. But there was this small part of me that was fighting with the energetics. Therefore, my quantum leap wasn't occurring. Maybe it was trauma, experiences. That energy was trapped. So I created something through my own learning to help me quit being stuck in that victim mindset where I didn't feel like I could move. And it's called the Adapt Breakthrough Strategy. So we start with A, which is awareness and acknowledgement. Then we go into D, which is decision making. I'm going to break it all down for you in a moment. Stay with me. Then we look at ambition, purpose, and transformation. And as I worked through this process, I realized I had a formula that was going to change my freaking life, because it already had. I just didn't realize that I was using a formula before until I received the download of it. So this is the process, and this is the framework that I've been using personally and with my clients to cultivate change. So here we go. Awareness and acknowledgement. The second you have the awareness and acknowledgement of what is happening in that moment, you have the opportunity to create radical responsibility. Because without knowledge, you can't create change. So we have to become aware of what the information is that we need, then we can activate. Okay, are you with me? I hope so. So then, once we have this acknowledgement, so the awareness and acknowledging this is where I am right now, okay? Or this is the problem, this is the situation, this is the circumstance. From that second forward, you get to make a decision. And that decision is going to take you forward or backwards. Because now that you have the awareness and you have acknowledged, the only step left is a decision. Of course, you don't have to make a decision. You can just sit with it in that awareness and in that acknowledgement, and you can choose to not do anything with the information you have, but in which case you're giving your power away to not make a decision. And this is where people get stuck in conflict. And this is the piece that enables you to say, yes, I'm going to move the fuck out of this space now, or it's going to give you the not ready yet vibe, or the, oh, that's too big, that's too scary, can't do this, can't do that. So I want to help you now activate something stronger, something more liberating, okay? So with that decision, however you choose to respond, notice my language here, respond to that decision is going to give you the answer to your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, your drive, and your business results. And this is where you will either choose the path of resistance, which will keep you on the journey of stuckness, stagnant frustration, or you're going to choose to move beyond it. Okay? These steps are all very much broken down. When I'm working with my clients and when I was working with myself, the decision I wanted to make was to break through. So my decision and that passion and power was, I am going to overcome this. I am going to move beyond this shitty state that I found myself in, and I'm going to demolish it. But then it came to the next piece. I didn't know how. How am I going to move through this? What do I need to do to move beyond this? And this is where you will start to lean into your ambition. Okay. So once you've cultivated the decision that you want to make, you then get to decide on the ambition on the other side of it. Once I've broken through this barrier and I've decided to create change, what am I going to achieve? What is on the other side of this decision that I'm going to make? And this is what activates you. This is what is going to take you from disempowered to lit the fuck up, loving your life, loving your business. So you may have a little bit of uncomfortableness in the interim, but then you're going to move. Okay. Now, the ambition part of this strategy and this framework that I have created is to help you see beyond where you are now. Okay. Where you are now is really important because the awareness and acknowledgement will help you move beyond it. Or you can move backwards if you really want, but I don't advise it. It's not a nice place to be. So the ambition is where you look at what's possible. What do I really want to create? What do I really want to choose? What do I really want to manifest? What do I really want to help people with? When you have that, you get to take the next step. When you are ignited with that ambition of what's beyond the decision that you were about to make, and you realize that you get to help more people, you get to be of service, you get to live a more dreamier lifestyle, you get to change the dynamics that have been going round and round and round in your head. This is the piece of the puzzle that changes the game. So then you can lean into that ambition. You can lean into how that ambition makes you feel. You can lean into this is what I set up for. Okay. The only thing that I really do want you to pay attention to is that your ambition is in alignment with your core purpose and the reason that you set out in business in the first place. Because what I do see is people get caught up in ambition, but it's so far from what they actually want to achieve that they miss the alignment piece. So what I should call that is aligned ambition, okay? So once you've reconnected with your ambition, you then get an opportunity to lean into your purpose that little bit more to make sure that it is in alignment. So P is purpose, or it could be passionately purposeful, whatever, however you want to rename it, okay? P is for getting into that aligned state with knowing why you want to do it. Your purpose is your why. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've read the Simon Sinek, It's All About the Why, because every time you connect back to that, it relays you back to that energy of ambition. And that energy of ambition is what drives you to create and live in your purpose. But if you're getting up every day knowing why you're getting up every day, you are in a better position to then go to the final piece of the of the puzzle and create the transformation. So this process that I have created was through, it was actually to do more with mindset and energetics than it was about business processes. But as I've implemented it over the years, I've seen that even with my clients, this helps time and time again. The adapt breakthrough strategy can be used in any situation. But the adapt breakthrough strategy is there to help you take radical responsibility. And that radical responsibility will change your life. Not because it's just going to change your life, but because it's going to help you change the lives of others. Radical responsibility is accepting that you are the only person in the entire planet, universe, that can create the changes that you're looking for. How you choose to get there is entirely up to you. But responsibility, self-responsibility, especially in business, is one of the keys to success. Now, does it mean that that process is easy? Absolutely not. It is not easy, but it is game-changing. See, I've got an advantage because I chose to learn how to shift energy. I chose to learn how to step in and out of trauma. I learned how to navigate my mind and the energetics. And this is the gift that I then get to share with my clients. Because when you're in a state of trauma and that trauma is stopping you from being seen, being heard, being hired, it's impacting your business, it's impacting your growth, but more importantly, it's impacting you, your well-being, your health. So when it comes to facing trauma, taking radical responsibility is really about leaning in and asking for the help that you need when you need it. Now, that's not just with trauma, that's with anything. But what I see more than anything else is people allow the energy of trauma from past life, childhood, experiences, just hold them back. I don't want that for you. I want you to know and have this information, have this knowledge to get out there, create the change and make it happen. Radical responsibility as a business owner is one of the healthiest reflection tools that you can have in your box through personal development, business development, and more importantly, customer development. One of the things that I learned through radical responsibility was I had to sit with myself. I had to sit and become my own best friend. But by doing so, I was able to change so much. So this is my gift to you today. Go and take radical responsibility. Put yourself into an hour of self-reflection. Grab your journal if you want to, or just sit and consider the options for you. But more importantly, tap into the intuition, tap into your heart space, tap into your higher power and ask those questions. Where am I leading from radical responsibility and where am I not? I'll see you in the next episode of Radically Aligned Business. Please let me know how you found this episode and if it's been a bit of a game changer for you. That's a wrap for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next one. All these episodes are created in line with my book, Radically Aligned. Go check it out on Amazon, grab a copy and let's get you started. At the back of the book, they'll also find a QR code where you'll get access to some amazing resources. You don't want to miss it. See you in the next episode.